Some legends begin with a bang, some names are born in glory, but others, like the Ford 289, start quietly, then unexpectedly change history. Often called the heart of the Mustang, the 289 engine once roared across America, a symbol of a golden era. But is everything we remember actually true? Behind the rumbling exhausts lies another story of evolution, of being underestimated, of technical flaws, and of a climb to greatness that no one saw coming. Are you ready to uncover it? The journey to reveal the shocking truth behind the Ford 289 begins right now. In the early 1960s, Ford faced a major challenge: how to build a compact, lightweight, efficient engine without sacrificing power for the next generation of cars. Their first answer was the 221 cubic inch V8, the smallest V8 Ford had ever made. It wasn't built for speed, but it proved a small engine could still power mid-size cars like the Fairlane or Mercury Meteor. But Ford knew customers wanted more than just enough. They craved that punch-you-in-the-back feeling when hitting the gas. So, in 1963, they introduced the upgraded 260. Stronger, quicker, more fun. Yet even that wasn't enough. While the 260 was still new, Ford engineers had already completed plans for its next step: the 289 cubic inch engine, originally called the Challenger 5.8. No one realized it yet, but from this humble foundation, Ford was about to create one of the most important engines in its history. At first, the 289 was just another piece in Ford's flexible strategy. It was installed in mainstream cars like the Fairlane, Galaxy, Country Squire, and Ranch Wagon, family vehicles with little flash. Even with more power, the 289 didn't make headlines until the Mustang arrived. In 1964, Ford launched a new car with sporty design, affordable price, and aimed it at a younger generation. The Mustang wasn't just a car, it was a statement, and its heart, the 289th. Suddenly, an engine that was just a link in the chain became the soul of a new icon. The 289th gave the Mustang enough performance to make it more than just pretty. It wasn't the biggest engine, but it was fast enough, light enough, and strong enough to offer a different kind of driving thrill. And this was the point when Ford began developing multiple versions of the 289, each with its own purpose and character. From the outside, the 289 might seem like just another compact V8, but in truth, it came in several forms, each tuned differently to meet distinct performance needs and customer preferences. The base model used a 2-barrel carburetor and produced around 195 horsepower. Suitable for family cars, smooth and reliable, but not exactly thrilling. A step up was the 4-barrel version, which delivered 225 horsepower, offering sportier acceleration and a more responsive drive. But the most iconic of all was the 289 High Performance, known as the Hypo or K-Code. Introduced alongside the Mustang GT and Shelby Cobra, this version made 271 horsepower thanks to internal upgrades, a special camshaft, reinforced cylinder heads, improved combustion chambers, and a dual-point ignition system. It was a high-revving, precision-built engine for serious drivers. Then came Shelby's touch. Working with Ford, he pushed the 289 to its limits. In early Cobra and GT 350 models, the engine was tuned to make 306 horsepower, a stunning achievement for such a compact engine in the 1960s. Though most people associate it with the Mustang, the 289 wasn't limited to sporty coupes. In fact, Ford used this engine across a wide range of vehicles, and one of the most surprising was the Mercury Comet. In 1965, the sportier Cyclone version of the Comet was released, and it could be equipped with the 289 4-barrel, producing 225 horsepower and 305 pound-feet of torque. With a lightweight body, the Cyclone was a true sleeper. Unassuming at first glance, but capable of delivering surprises at every green light. Some dealerships even offered the high-performance 289 as a special order, pushing output to 271 horsepower and 312 pound-feet of torque, with a raised compression ratio of 10.5 to 1. That allowed a mid-size car like the Comet to carry the spirit of the Mustang GT into the streets. But regardless of which car it was installed in, the version that truly defined the 289's legacy was the high-performance variant, where Ford packed all its engineering brilliance into one compact machine. So, what made the 289 Hypo so special? The answer lies inside, where every mechanical detail was chosen by Ford with a clear purpose. First came the solid lifter camshaft, allowing the engine to rev higher, sound meaner, and respond faster. Then there were reinforced cylinder heads, built with strong valve springs, screw-in rocker studs, and high-performance valves, all to stay stable above 6,000 RPM. The nodular iron crankshaft was Burren-tested for strength, paired with heavier-duty main caps and a wider harmonic balancer. Even the connecting rods had larger bolts and broached heads to handle the load under hard acceleration. As for ignition, no basic system here. The Hypo used a dual-point distributor, dropping vacuum advance entirely for more consistent spark at high RPMs. It was paired with an Autolite 4100 4-barrel carburetor and manual choke, ensuring steady, rich fuel-air delivery. Nothing was random. Every component played a role in transforming the 289 into a machine that was not just fast, but durable, dependable, and ready to dominate both the street and the track. On the streets, the 289 was the beating heart of the Mustang. But on the racetrack, it became a symbol of America's drive to conquer the world. By the late 1960s, Ford realized that winning on the track didn't just bring trophies, it sold cars. But to defeat European giants like Ferrari and Jaguar, they needed something bold. The answer came from one man, Carroll Shelby. Shelby didn't want a big engine. He wanted something small, strong, light, and reliable. So he dropped the 289 into the chassis of a British AC Ace and gave birth to the Shelby Cobra. It looked sleek, but when it roared, it became a beast. Shelby didn't stop there. He created the aerodynamic Daytona Coupe, designed for high-speed tracks like Le Mans. The engine, still the 289th, tuned to perfection. In 1965, Shelby's team won the FIA World Manufacturers' Championship, the first time an American team beat Ferrari with the power of the 289. From a humble Ford engine to a global victor, the 289 had crossed oceans and claimed glory. In that moment, it wasn't just a Ford engine. It was an American triumph. It's hard to believe, but one of America's most legendary engines wasn't built to be legendary. The 289th wasn't born to race. It wasn't designed in a high-performance lab or part of a million-dollar project. It started as a simple answer to a basic question. How do we build a compact, strong engine that fits many cars? That practicality accidentally created the perfect foundation. Its simple design, durable build, and ease of modification made it ideal for hot rodders, racing teams, and everyday speed enthusiasts. The best thing about the 289, it's like a blank canvas, And for engine builders, it's the perfect platform to transform an ordinary motor into a high-performance monster. Start with the cylinder heads. You can port and polish the originals for better airflow, or go all in with high-performance aluminum heads. They're lighter, cool better, and improve intake and exhaust flow. Next up, the exhaust. Ditch the stock manifolds and install long tube headers, like those on the Shelby GT 350. They unleash more horsepower and give your engine a throaty growl. And finally, the camshaft. It's the conductor of your engine's breathing rhythm. A performance cam, especially a modern roller cam, can boost torque, pull, and throttle response dramatically. When you bring all three together, heads, headers, and cam, the once humble 289 comes alive. No longer a relic of the 60s, it becomes a modern street-brawling beast. Whether transformed into a modern beast or left in its classic form, the Ford 289 remains an irreplaceable icon. It wasn't a perfect engine. It overheated, had electrical quirks, and was once seen as ordinary among bigger, flashier machines. But its simplicity, durability, and upgrade potential gave it lasting life. From the first Mustang to the Le Mans-conquering Shelby Daytona. From Mercury Comet sleepers to roaring street builds, the 289 never truly disappeared. It didn't have to be the biggest or the strongest. It just had to be something people could trust and love. Today, when someone fires up a vintage car and hears the 289 roar, it's more than the sound of machinery. It's the sound of a golden era still alive and breathing. Have you ever heard the roar of a Ford 289? If given the chance, would you restore or upgrade this legendary engine in your own way? Drop a comment below and let us know how you feel about the Ford 289. And if you love stories about bold, iconic engines like this, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss the next ride.